Hey, how's it going? David here. I've been getting a bunch of requests to teach one of the songs on my latest release with my original band, Mind Cell. Recently put out a record called Absolute. And a big shout out, thank you for requesting a lesson on one of my original songs. So appreciate that, and I appreciate all the kind words on my music and lessons. Thank you so much. So in this lesson, I'll go over lead 1 and lead 2. If you didn't watch the previous lesson, you want to watch that because there I talk about how I wrote the song and I show you all the rhythm parts. This one is just going to be the lead parts. So the first solo, which is shorter, comes in after the first chorus, and it sounds like this. And for these parts, I have another plugin. This is Archetype Plini, again by Neural DSP. This isn't what I used on the record for both parts. On the record, I didn't use any plugins. I used my tube amps, mainly a Mesa Boogie Mark V, and I used a bunch of different guitars, including this Carvin, and I used some PRS guitars. So remember, we're in drop C tuning, but I'm giving you all the fret numbers and the chord names as if we were in standard tuning, just so it's not confusing. So we're calling the song in the key of D minor, even though it rings out to the pitch of C minor, because we're in drop C tuning, which is basically drop D down a whole step. So drop C tuning. And so for most of the solo, it's constructed from I use the D natural minor scale, or D Aeolian mode. If you haven't checked out my record, please check it out. Progressive, hard rock, you know, in the vein of, a lot of people sounds like it's kind of like a combination of Tool meets Alice in Chains meets Soundgarden. A lot of long songs take you on a journey. I write in a lot of off timings too. This song has parts in 5/4 and switches back between 5/4 and 4/4. The solos are played over the verse chords, and it's basically in 4/4 time. But check out the record and let me know what you think. It's streaming on all platforms, and if you want a copy of the CD, just drop me an email. We can make that happen as well as I have t-shirts. And, you know, you can get some Mind Cell swag. We'll break the solo down into sections. Here's the first part of that solo. We're mainly here in that D natural minor scale. So the solo. That's the first part. You're going to bend up on that 13th fret. Let's bend up a whole step, hit it twice. And I'm just playing 13, 11, 10, 11, 13. But the way I play it is like this. Slide out that 11th fret. Slide in again on that 13th fret. That's an important lick because you're going to hear that again in the second solo. So slow. And then slide down, long slide into D natural minor again. So slide in that 6th and then 5th fret. And we do a series of hammers and pull, very legato. So 5, 6, 7 on the B, 5, 6, 7 on the high E. And I pull off. And then pull off 8, 6, 5, and then hammer back 6 and 8. Okay? And I do that same kind of legato passage, but it's reversed. So it's on the B string. We're at 8, and then 6, 5, hammer, 6, hammer, 8. You do it twice. And then 7, 5 on the G. And then when you end on 7 with vibrato, I do this little triad, D minor triad. So it's 7, 6, 5 on the G, B, I, E, that little D minor triad, but I sweep it. Kind of add that minor 7th, so flat 7, so I'm adding that 8th fret on the high E string. So that lick slow, pull off, from that 8 to 5 on the high E. And then back up the track with legato. I'll try to play it slow. These legato passages are kind of hard to play slow. And then I go back to that same lick again that we started with. Except this time I grab that 12th fret on the high E string, bend it up a half step, let it down. And then I play this. Okay, and that is just hammer and pulls between 10, 12, 13, and 12, 13, 15. That's, again, D natural minor. And slide up to that D note 22nd fret. And that's the whole first solo. If you could do me a huge favor, please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel really helps me to keep bringing the content, and ring that subscription bell, because then you'll be notified when I have new lessons posted. And please leave me a comment below. You know, let me know what lessons you'd like to see coming up. Let me know how you like this lesson. And if you do like this lesson, please smash that like button. Give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. Second lead in Inside is longer, and it starts off by playing the exact same bits of the first lead. Check it out. Here is the second lead. Go back and repeat some licks, repeat some melody lines. Again, I'm trying to build that commonality in the listener's ear, and that's something, again, that I do a lot throughout my songwriting. So you play that first part of the solo the same, and then it changes to this. Again, we get back to that D note, right? So all I'm doing there is you play that same lick, but then you go to that high E string. Again, I'm bending 12 to 13. Let it down, and then I do this descending line. And that's all D natural minor. So that's hammer and pull. 12, 10, 12, 10, and then 8, 10, 8, and then 6, 8, 6, 5, 6, 5, 3, 5, 3. And then I do that same legato thing on the D natural minor. Back to that D note, right? Very similar again to what I did in the first solo. In the next part of the solo, I use a pedal tone lick that sounds like this. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm barring my first finger on the 10th fret, high E and B, and then I'm pedaling off of the A note, 10th fret on the B string. So it's A note, 10th fret, and then 10th fret high E, back to the 10th note A. So it's kind of like pedal note, other note, pedal note, other note, pedal note, other note, pedal note, always going back to that A note. 10th fret B, 10th fret high E, 10th fret B. You're going to then go to, after the 10th fret on the high E, you go 12th fret, 13th fret, and then with your pinky stretch to the 15th fret, and then back to 13, back to 12 on the high E. Slow, all putting it, sandwiching it every time with that A note. That last lick, B string, kind of like that opening riff in the solos, right? That's B string 13, 11, 10, 11. And then I do a half step bend on 10 and catch that 13th fret on the high string. You hear that in between note. And let that down. So you hold that up, bend, hit, pick again, and let down. And then I do legato. auto right down the natural minor scale. So on the B string, that's 10, 11, 13. On the G string, that's 9, 10, 12, and then 10, 12 on the D string. That scale, that's right in that scale, right? Again, ending on that D note, then I play a D minor 7 arpeggio into a D minor 7 triad. So the D minor 7 arpeggio is D string, 12th fret, and then with the pinky, grab 15th fret D, 14th fret G, 13th fret on the B. Then 12th fret high E, 13th fret B again, and then slide that up to the 15th fret B because you're going to play this triad. Again, another D minor triad, which is 17 on the high E, and then 13 on the high E, and then 15 on the B for the D minor triad. But what I do is I do this lick. Right up the triad. So I'm pulling off high E string, 17 to 13, then 15 B, and then 14 G. So I do that like 3 times, I think. And I just do a little slide from that D to the E and back, or 15, slide 17, slide back 15 on that B string. And then I do a long slide to that 7th fret G, 5th fret G, because I want to get back here because I'm wrapping up the solo. And I do this descending kind of skipping thirds thing. It's a little tricky. 7th fret G, you're skipping over this note, right? And you're going to the next note. So we're kind of skipping thirds. So 7th fret G to that 8th fret D, then 7th fret G, go back 1 to the 7th fret D, then back to that 8th fret D to the 5th fret D, then 7th fret D to that 8th fret A, then 5th fret D to that 7th fret A. So slow. Just do little slides from 5th fret on that A strings, all on the A string. 3rd fret A, 5th fret A, 7th fret A, 8th fret A, 7th A, 5th A, 3rd A, and it on that 5th fret A. And that is the whole second solo. Notice I'm ending again on that D. So I'm really emphasizing the D notes, emphasizing that natural minor scale with those half steps. And I use, you know, the scale, I mix in the arpeggio notes, play the triad. So I'm kind of mixing it all up, throwing it up into the soup, right? My original song, Inside, that I wrote, that's on Absolute, which is my latest release with my original band, Mindcell. Please check out the record. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. That really helps me to keep bringing the content. And ring that subscription bell, and then you'll be notified when I have new lessons posted. Also, I'll put some free content below if you want, you know, free ebook, free video lessons. Click on that link and I'll send it to you for free. Thanks again for all your kind words on my lessons and on my music. It's so appreciated. It really means the world to me, and I thank you. Stay tuned. I got lots more killer content and videos coming. Keep up all the hard work on those guitars. Keep having fun with them. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution, so enjoy the journey. Take care, rock on. See you in the next lesson.